Terra Arcanum is a world filled with wonder. From the four planes to the mysterious abyss, nearly everything has a story to tell. But to learn more about this fantastic world, we need to dive deeper than the books and the tabletop RPG. Join me as we reveal the secrets of Terra Arcanum. As dust and gas was pulled together around the star that would eventually become known as Solera, it was inevitable that the planet Terra would be born. A rocky chunk of metals and elements that over time would develop an atmosphere, climate, and eventually life. Over the course of millions of years, that life would grow and flourish, diversifying itself in an endless cycle of survival. One day, millions of years after life had established a firm foothold on the planet, a peculiar species distinguished itself among all the others. The Titans. These creatures seem to appear in the history books out of nowhere. Even to this day, there remains no concrete evidence as to where the Titans were born on Terra. Some believe the Titans sprang from the very rock of Terra itself, while others believe they are extraterrestrials that have come from a faraway star. Regardless of their origin, the Titans were able to thrive on Terra due to their size, strength, and most importantly, intelligence. From the earliest age, the Titans proved far smarter than anything else on Terra. They mastered control of fire, they learned the art of agriculture, and they created a society. In time, they came to rely on the teachings and wisdoms of Gaia, the first Titan, and soon she was being heralded as their leader, though no formal title was ever given to her. Under her guidance, the Titans flourished. They invented, they discovered, they philosophized, and soon they stumbled upon the greatest secrets of the four planes: magic. The discovery of magic was perhaps the most world-changing event in Terran history. With its power, the Titans bent the world to their will, growing plants in seconds, changing the weather to suit them, parting water, and even moving the very earth itself. The Titans used this newfound and near-limitless power at will with no regard for the possible consequences. But magic is a fickle thing, and the Titans would soon learn the penalty for its unrestrained use. The first signs were hardly noticeable. All around the world, strong winds, large storms, an earthquake here, a flood there. But then things took a turn. Tsunamis crashed into the land. Tornadoes ripped across the landscape. Volcanoes spewed molten rock into the air, and the earth itself opened up. But natural disasters on unprecedented scales were nothing compared to what came next, as the elements themselves seemed to come to life. Lightning stalked the land, striking anything within its reach. Rivers swept away anything that came close. Fire and lava burst from the ground without warning. Howling winds froze anything caught within them. Parts of the earth broke away, floating high into the sky, never to be seen again. In other parts, time itself stopped, yet more was to come. One day, the sky was slowly swallowed by dust and gas, blotting out Solera and plunging Terra into an eternal night. The air became thick with toxins, choking out all life, be it plant, animal, or fungi. The Titans, having already lost the lives of several of their race, were forced to seek shelter together. Alone in their dwellings, the Titans used anything they could to survive, including magic. Of course, this only caused a greater response by the aching planet. The temperature, already far below freezing, dropped even more. Hail pelted the desolate landscapes, oceans began to slowly freeze, and to survive, the Titans used even more magic. Finally, after months of torture and staving off the elements, light could be seen from outside the shelter of the Titans. But it was an ill omen. The light was not from clear skies, but from fire, raining down from the heavens. Anything that was left on the surface of Terra was purged by the flames. For 7 days this continued, until finally the smoke and gas slowly parted, and the first rays of Solera light touched down on a now barren and nearly empty world. The Titans tentatively took their first steps out to see the horror they had wrought upon the world. With nothing left and their numbers dwindling, all eyes fell to Gaia. The Eternal Mother gathered the remnants of her kin and began the slow process of rebuilding what they had lost. As their society began to heal, Gaia decreed that from this moment on, all magic was to be forbidden. The Titans continued to grow and build, learn and explore their changing world. All around them, life slowly returned as well. With the return of rain, rivers began to flow, plants bloomed, and animals returned. And one of these creatures would shape the future of Terra.